Thank you everyone for joining us today for the home security session. We're going to talk today mostly about all things home security, what options you have, some things you may not even consider when it comes to home security and all that good stuff. So to help me with this interview or this session, I have Jennel Henderson with me. She is a relocation manager at the #1 authorized dealer for ADT, which is Safe Haven Security. She has been there for 3 years, which is a long time in this industry if you don't know. And so far this year, she's helped over 200 families across the nation set up brand new equipment at no cost for them because they're working with their realtor to get these services. She believes security is not a luxury, it is a necessity. That's why she takes great pride on taking care of all her clients and getting them set up with the best security on the market. So thank you, Jennel, for being here. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
You're welcome. The first question we have is what types of home security options do homeowners have besides, what they know most, alarm systems and cameras?
Yeah, it's funny. People they always think, like there's only alarm systems or cameras when it comes to home security, but home security now is so much more into it. There's smoke detectors, there's, CO sensors. There's so much more than just the security part of things. And nowadays there's so many different options out there that you can choose from. I feel that one of the best things that I personally think you should stay away from is anything that's Wi-Fi based, for a couple of different reasons. Any Wi-Fi based system, they're easily hackable. People can get right into it. And second of all, a lot of people don't think about this either. But when your Wi-Fi is down for like even maintenance or anything, your home security is completely down. And most of the time you get maintenance in the middle of the night. So people just think of home security as, I just security, but there's so many more. As the industry grows, there's more opportunities than just home security and cameras and that surveillance for clients.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll talk more about those
Mhm.
options as well. But what's the difference between a homeowner going through an authorized dealer for ADT compared to working with ADT directly?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of huge differences. When you go to ADT directly, like when you call that 800 number, the big thing is what's going to happen is they're going to charge you for equipment. When you're dealing with an authorized dealer like Safe Haven being the #1 authorized dealership for ADT, we deal with realtors nationwide. So that's why you are able to get your free equipment thanks to your realtor. And another difference with that too, is when you do deal like with Safe Haven authorized dealership for ADT, you have that one-on-one connection with that sales rep. If you just call the 800 number, you're on hold for 45 minutes waiting to get on to someone. They set you up, and they're gone. They're gone. We lean really into having relationships with our clients and our realtors. That's what makes our business grow. So every time I do set up a client, I'm with them every step of the way. So that's the big difference, is you actually have a live person helping you go through any questions, concerns, and it's just to me, it's a little more personable than just calling the 800 number, talking to John, and then John is gone on the very next day.
Yeah, and isn't it true that once they're set up and they still have concerns or anything, they can still reach out to you guys and not have to go through a long service process?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All my clients have my direct cell phone number. They'll send me a text saying I need, a technician out here, or they just have sometimes just a quick little question. And it's something we can resolve in the matter of 2 minutes versus calling the 800 numbers.
Yeah, I feel like that's really good because, especially with security, if something's down, you want that fixed, right away. And you don't
Immediate.
no one wants to waste their time anyway, waiting on hold for an hour just to get
No,
something answered.
when it could be done in 2 minutes.
um, so what is the process of getting the security system installed, and how long does that typically take? Obviously, it depends on, what they're
Mhm.
doing, but what most people get, what would that process be? be like?
Yeah, our most popular package is the remote package. That's the security only package. That's the one that doesn't have any cameras or anything, any kind of extras like door locks or anything. That actually, the process is actually really simple. Um, I do everything over the phone with my clients. I reserve the free equipment with them. And then what I do is I schedule a time for the technician to come out, and it's much easier for the technician to get out there, get eyes on the home so that they know exactly what they need for the home. And then when they're out there, they do a complete demo showing how everything works, how the app works, how the door sensors work, how the panel works. And the process itself of installing it can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours at the most when you're dealing with the security only package. Now, when you get into the cameras and stuff, everything is professionally installed. Our technicians are trained and they are professional. But when you get into cameras, those ones take a little bit longer. Due to the placement of the cameras, door locks. I would say at probably the most, maybe 4 hours when you're dealing with cameras and all that, the extras. And of course, too, it depends on the square footage of your home if things take a little bit longer than expected.
Okay, I mean, so would you say, ideally it'd be best to, the day that they've set one of the days set aside for people to come out, maybe get it done then, or does that overlap kind of conflict with getting things done?
No, our technicians, what they do is when they come out, they're there to install. They have that whole time slotted out for that client. Our technicians, they do put aside for every client 6 hours, just in case, because you might have a lot of questions. This might be your first time getting security, and our technicians never want to feel like the client feels rushed. So they're there for every step, every question, and to make sure they feel comfortable when they leave out the door, that they feel comfortable and they have that peace of mind on their security system.
Okay, no, that's awesome. And so what's the percentage of homeowners that purchase some form of security system that, they end up having an actual incident where the security system actually prevented something negative from happening? What's, the likelihood where, the system actually really did prevent what they needed?
Prevent.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it's funny. People don't really think of, like I said, they think of security and security only. But with our system, there's the smoke detectors, there's other life-saving things that do help prevent things to happen in your home. There the big thing is the packages getting stolen off your front porch. That is the huge, I would say the last the last stat I looked at, there was 119 million packages that happened last year being stolen off of people's properties. So it's helped. Yeah, you can't stop anybody 100%, but what has helped is when you do have those companies that ask for some kind of video footage, something so they can compensate your money back to you, then that video footage has helped um, get their money back and help, the likelihood of finding the people are, kind of slim, but at least you can get compensated for either your money back or the package back. Um, about 17% about 17% of those people have experienced some type of package theft in the past year. And we're in October almost, so we have a couple of months left. Um, there's all kinds of preventing, like the biggest thing that for me is the fire prevention, because how our smoke detector works is it does pick up the smoke in your actual wall, so you don't have to wait for flames to come bursting out of your house. And
Mhm.
so it's saving your home before there's thousands and thousands of dollars being lost in the home fire and getting you out safely too.
Yeah, no, don't usually hear about that one, so that's good to know.
Mhm.
And I think you already answered this a little bit, or if you want to elaborate, because you
Mhm.
talked about the most common types of incidents that have been reported, that have some way been resolved through the security system. So you mentioned the packages being stolen, but is there anything else you would say is one of those common things?
Your home fires actually is, and believe it or not, one of the biggest deterrents you can definitely have on your home is that yard sign that sits in front of your yard. People don't think that means much, but the last study that I read up on, that about 80% of people, when they're looking to rob homes, they are going into any neighborhood. They don't care if it's a quote unquote a safe neighborhood, but they're looking to see what kind of security systems are on those houses. And if you have an ADT yard sign sitting in that front of your yard,
Mhm.
they're gonna go on to the next home. First of all, they know they can't hack into it. Second of all, they don't wanna bother. They just don't wanna bother. So they're gonna go on to the very next home with something that has nothing on it, because they can get in and out, and then they're gone.
No, that's a really good point. It's like almost like that signal, like don't even bother coming over here because we have a
Yeah.
system.
Yep. Exactly.
I know years ago I was door knocking, and I just like walked in the driveway. I didn't get far, and then there was like their system just had this voice come on that said you are trespassing.
Yeah.
Do you have something like that, or do you know what that requires?
Yeah, actually, what our cameras do, it won't say you're trespassing, but our cameras do whistle. Our cameras, they have night vision, two-way voice, they whistle, they detect between a person and an animal. You can access the cameras through the app on your phone as well, so you know who's out there. But that whistle is super important for two main reasons. If you're not supposed to be there, that whistle will deter you. They'll make you take off because you know you're being recorded. And the second reason why that whistle is important is because the person looks in the vicinity of the whistle and you have a very clear shot of who that person is if you ever need to submit it to the authorities in the future.
Okay, that's good to know. And then this is questions really on here, but I just thought about it with the ring
Mhm.
camera. Most people if they think about they want to get a camera, they get a ring camera. I know you do help with the ring cameras as well. Can you explain, why people should use you with the ring camera as well?
Yeah. Well, I first of all, I do if people want the ring surveillance, I let them have it. I am not one to deter you on what you feel comfortable with, but I will point out the two differences between the ring system cameras and our cameras. Our cameras are hardwired. We stand by no exposed wires. Um, for one, for two reasons, really. If you ever notice on the ring cameras, most of the time they're battery operated. All they have to do is take down the bottom of that, pop out the battery. Your camera doesn't work anymore.
Mm.
So ours are hard wires and no exposed wires. So if someone does cut the line on another system, the camera, then your camera doesn't work as well. So we stand on no exposed wires because they can't get to it, they can't cut it. And also, it's for the convenience for the client too. Who wants to be in one of the colder states, climbing up on the ladder in the January trying to change a battery?
Yeah.
So that way, safety and convenience. I do let my clients know the difference between our cameras and like the ring cameras as well. And if you want to stick with the ring cameras, absolutely. But the most important thing that you can get on your home is a solid security system on your home.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
And besides just security in terms of um surveillance, and you talked about the fire hazards and carbon monoxide detectors. Are there any other types of systems that help with convenience of everyday living in the home? Like I know you have the keyless entry, so locking the door from your phone, that kind of thing, or anything more other things more like that you want to talk about?
Yeah, we do have the what we call our smart door locks. They're really cool. They're super cool. You put it on any door that has a deadbolt. You have a code. You walk up to the door. There's a keypad. You put in the code. It automatically unlocks it for you. You can lock and unlock it through the app on your phone as well. You can give out temporary codes if you're having work done, or if you're coming, or if someone's coming to clean your house. You can give a temporary code that will last for the 24 hours. And then at the end of the 24 hours, that code will fall off automatically. And then, and like you said too, in the app on your phone, let's say you're having work done, you see the workers come up, just go right in that app, unlock it. You can let the workers in as soon as they're done, just go right in the app and lock it right back up. And then there's a couple of other, we've talked about the smoke sensors, we talked about CO sensors. We do have what we call our smart plugs as well. You can plug in any pluggable device to the plug, and you can set it on a schedule. So you're never walking into a dark home if you choose to do a lamp. You can set it where it comes on at sunset, turns off at sunrise. I've heard of all kinds of people, they have plugged in crop pots. I've heard people, ladies plug in curling irons. So then, they forget that their curling irons on, they go right in the app and they turn it off.
Okay, nice. What's the biggest differences when someone owns the equipment versus they're renting the equipment? I mean, besides it just being something they can keep because they own it.
Yeah. The biggest difference is I would definitely say that warranty. When we give out our equipment, you own it from day one. That is yours. It also comes with a lifetime warranty on it. So if anything does happen, you would call me directly, and I get the technician out there to fix it for you. I get to waive those trip fees for you as long as you call me first. Versus renting. Um, there's a lot into it where there's a lot more paperwork you have to go through when renting equipment. We are more, I get the technicians out there within 48 hours to fix that for you right away. Renting it, you have a very short warranty on it. And then if something goes, everyone knows you have had the warranty for a year. As soon as the warranty's up, that's when everything starts breaking on you. We've all had those situations. But with owning it, it's yours and you have that lifetime warranty on it. So whenever something does happen, if it happens, you get it replaced free of charge, which makes it nice, saving you money in the long run.
Okay, great. What sets Safe Haven apart from other authorized dealers with
Yeah.
a
It's actually, like I said, it's our relationships. We're the number one authorized dealership through for ADT for a reason. It's our relationships that we build, our partnerships that we build. Every time I get a client on the phone, I am representing, of course, myself, but I'm also representing that realtor. Me and my realtors have a very close relationship. I'm in their book of business for a reason because they know I take care of their clients. I'll do anything and everything to get that system installed for that client. But what the most important thing is definitely relationships and partnerships that set us apart from the other dealerships with ADT.
okay. And we already talked a little bit about the keyless entry door lock. But when let's say someone purchases the keyless entry door lock and then they sell their house or they're renting out the house, what's the best way for the new homeowner to reset the code or replace it with another one once that relationship with the previous owner is over, right? They don't have that transfer or can it transfer, I guess. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, me being what I do, I would like to get the technician out there and set up the new client with a brand new system. The main reason I like to do that is we never know what the previous owners have done with that system. And that warranty, once that homeowner sells that home, the warranty is no longer valid. So I would get the technician out there to set that new homeowner up with brand new equipment with the warranty. They have their own set of codes, because you just never know. You never know, it's the world we live in now. You just never know what people have done, what codes they still have floating out there. There's always, you can always call us and you can get a master code in the meantime while you're trying to move in, try to move things in. But I always recommend, if you want to stick with the system, to definitely get that brand new equipment on the home for the warranty issues and the peace of mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's just like, if they just had a regular key, I tell people to, get new locks, on the doors because you never know who has a key and it may not be intentional, right? By the some
Mhm.
they forgot that somebody had a key and they just came
You just
in.
forget. Yeah, you just forget, we're all busy people and you forget things, and definitely change your door locks, change out the locks. Definitely change out the security system on the home. You don't know what code is floating around out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think you kind of answered this, but when with the keyless entry door lock, I think we said there's a way to set up a different code for specified
Mhm.
time. So the person you're giving the code to doesn't have a way to get in whenever they want, but only for the timeline that you want them to. Like when we sell houses, people have that option. I mean, now I a lot of times use the Sentry lock box.
Yeah.
So that is very secure as well. But I've had it too where they wanted me just to use that lockbox, but then put in um, a little card that has the code. So that way, only time someone that sees it, they don't automatically have the code. We have to know that they're going in.
Mhm.
But I've had two where they've just had a temporary code for whenever I show the house. But I think you said it was good for 24 hours. So I'm wondering there's a way to extend it because I'm thinking that we had this code for like months until they sold the house.
Yeah, definitely. What you can do is you can extend it. You can make it pretty much into the master code cycle of things. And then you can have that on as long as you want it to be on the code on the door lock. And then let's say the house sells in a month, then you will go ahead and just remove that one code off of that door lock, or a week, it's a week. You can just go ahead and remove it. You can always add on and remove any type of codes on the door lock.
Okay. That's
Mhm.
that's really good to know. Um, and are there any upcoming new types of security or systems that people should be aware of?
I haven't heard of any. Well, of course, you always have to be aware of those little fly by night new security companies out there. I've had a lot of clients come to me where, they've set up with, Johnny the alarm company, and now Johnny the alarm company's gone out of business. And then they're like, okay, now what do I do? I paid for something. I paid out of pocket for my equipment. I can't get anyone to come out and service my equipment. I would definitely stay away from the fly by night security companies. As everyone knows, ADT has been in business for 150 years now. Um, I go with a company that has been around, that has a good name, has a good reputation, for sure. I would stay away from the Wi-Fi based systems. Just to touch base on it, one more time, the Wi-Fi based systems are easily hackable. We go off of cell phone towers, much more reliable, dependable. Um, Anything Wi-Fi based, it's hackable. People can hack into it. And like I said, when your Wi-Fi is down, your home security goes down with it too. Most time, we all know the internet does this updates in the middle of the night. Then you're in the middle of the night, you have no home security as well.
Yeah, and that's
So
the time when you really want it.
that's when you really need it. But I would definitely do my research. Definitely, whatever company you decide to go with, do your research. Make sure, for one, how much you're paying for equipment. Is it going up after a year of having service? Do your homework for sure and stay away from the Wi-Fi based systems or the new companies that are just coming into business. Because the last thing you want, your biggest investment that you have just, worked on getting, being, some alarm system company that just started. You don't want to trust someone that's new to the game when ADT actually invented the game. So,
Yeah, because the other point too is, with those warranties, even if they were good and they go out of business, I mean, the warranty doesn't mean anything anymore.
doesn't mean anything. Yeah. And I've heard nightmare stories. I've set clients up where they've been paying and paying and paying, but they still go out of business, but somehow they still pay for a service. But yeah, but they can't get anyone out there to help fix their equipment, anything. So they've just had to end up, pretty much whatever contract they were on, getting out of that contract and then switching over to a better security company.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. Is there anything else that you want to add to the
No,
discussion? Mm.
no, I would just say, like I said, do your homework, 100%. You always, you want to secure the biggest investment that at least one of the biggest investments of your life. So definitely, security, it used to be where it was a luxury, but nowadays in the world we live, it's no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. And definitely get that peace of mind for you and your family on your home. People think, ADT security is so expensive, but actually when you break it down by day, ADT security is about $2 a day to protect your home versus things that do happen, fire, thousands of dollars. Someone breaks in, that peace of mind, you just cannot put a price tag on it. So,
That's true. Yeah. And what's the best way, for people to learn about safe haven, or call to figure out if they do want safe haven when they go with their realtor or if they don't have a realtor to
yeah,
get.
definitely if you don't have your realtor, if you bought your home, a few years ago, you can still qualify for the free ADT system. Um, you would just contact me directly. Don't call the 800 numbers because they'll charge you for your equipment. But Safe Haven is all a referral program. So even if you, like I said, you bought your home years ago and you are looking for some type of home security, you can definitely contact me directly. Um, and then I'd be more than happy to help anyone and everyone out. Or just say that you definitely, you saw the live video and then there's your referral right from Miss Patrice right there.
Okay. And how can they reach you?
Yeah, they can, my office line, that number is 323-985-2864. And then the most easiest way is my personal cell phone, and that number is 303-620-6027.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone for joining us. This was some good information about home security, and I hope everyone realizes how important it is, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye. If you've enjoyed watching this video and would love to stay up to date when I have more content like this or something similar that you may be interested in, please like and subscribe to this channel and click the bell so you get notifications. And I hope you have a great day.